Hello everyone, welcome back to our ICT class, and this is video number 15. Hope you all are fine and safe. Did you study the important topics which we have discussed in the last class? I hope it is so. We have started our second chapter, attractive web designing, and also in web designing what we have studied. We know this about these web pages. What is the main thing behind the web pages? What was that? HTML, the main programming language that is using behind the web pages, behind creating the web pages is HTML, and we saw basic HTML code. And this HTML language, we studied more about the HTML language. What all are the things that is in the HTML language? Tags, elements, properties, attributes, and all. This HTML we are writing the HTML code in tags, and also what are these attributes? Attributes are those to style the tags. These attributes includes font family, font face, font color, font size, etc. And also we saw an HTML web page of a School Kalolsavam, and when we right click on the blank space, we got the source code of that, and you can see in this the source code, and you can see a lot of attributes are repeated several times. And then we discussed about the styles also. So what are known as the styles? The tags, the attributes, the elements, everything all together we can name it as the styles. So today in this chapter, in this session, we will be studying about the cascading style sheet. Okay, so just have a look. Okay, so what about this cascading style sheet? Did you heard about the cascading style sheet? It is a technology developed to avoid repetition of the code effectively. So to avoid the repetition, that means I will be showing here. I am opening the School Kalolsavam.html once more in school folder. In standard 10, you can see the School Kalolsavam.html. I am taking web designing, and in web designing you can see School Kalolsavam.html. I am opening that, and here you can see the web page. So I am right clicking on the blank space, view page source. So here you can see a lot of times, several times this attributes are repeated, and also we fill the table of how many times each attributes are repeated. So we can see in the textbook, you can see here that this font is repeated 16 times, font face repeated 16 times, images, and for the font size it was repeated 13 times. So you can see here it is of this for each contents they have given the attributes, so it is repeated several times in the source code. So here you can see the web page. This is a well-known web page of Wikipedia. So here it is of different contents. One is of website and another one is about the cascading style sheet. But when you see the page layout over here, it is of same. The styles applied are same. So if we got a lot of web pages of the same format, it is very difficult to write the attributes repeatedly. Okay, so to avoid the repetition, there is a technology, and that technology is known as the cascading style sheet. The style tags are used to define the cascading style sheet. While writing the code, we have to apply this cascading style sheet in the style tags. We will be writing a specific code for the for this cascading style sheet. Okay, and also the name of the tag is used to specify the style. To which tag, if it is for contents or it is for a heading, so that name of the tag must be specified in the style tag. Okay, so for I will be explaining with an example, so it will become more clear to you. In your textbook itself, you can see in the page number 35, figure 3.2. It is a simple HTML code. So this one is that. So here you can see the title is School Kalolsavam. So it's a simple HTML code of School Kalolsavam. So we have given the title here School Kalolsavam, and in the body we have included the contents, single items and group items. So this and this paragraphs about what all the things are there in the single items, Mohiniyattam and Bharatanatyam, and for group items we have included Oppana and Tiruvadira. So this contents or the paragraphs we are specified, we included it in the P tag, that means angle bracket P and /P. So we are included this contents or the paragraphs in the paragraph tag and heading in the H3 tag. Okay. So we need normally without applying the cascading sheet, we have to write the attributes for single items and group items. But when we apply the cascading style sheet, it is not necessary to write separately. It is not necessary to add the attributes separately to the single items and group items. We can, in single structure itself, we can add. Okay, only one time we can add by using this cascading sheet. So there will not be the repetition. No need of adding separately to the single items and group items. So I will be showing how to add this cascading style sheet to this paragraphs. Okay, so I already told that this style tags are used to define the cascading style. So for applying the cascading styles, I have to this include it in the style tag. So here you can see the style tag. I have opened the style tag here. This one is the style tag, style and hash style. So in this like in between this style tag, we have to write the this cascading style sheet code. Okay, we have to write that code, and it will be applicable, it will be reflected to the single items as well as the group items. So there will not be any repetition. Okay, single time only we have to write. Okay, so just a second. Okay, so here I am going to write the tag that you can see here. We are applying the cascading style sheet. We are applying the style to the paragraph tag. Okay, this paragraph for the contents. This contents is included in the paragraph section. So we are applying it to the paragraph. Okay, so I am writing P, and we have to open it in the, we have to open the this bracket here, and after that we have to click on tab, and I am writing the font hyphen family colon Liberation Sans semicolon, again tab color colon. In textbook it is written hash, the color name it is hash 401 D9A semicolon 401 D9A. Again enter, put tab. We have to write the font size also, font hyphen size colon 20 pixel. Okay, and we have to close this bracket. Okay, so here we have applied the style. So this style will be applicable both to the single items and group items. So there is no need of separately applying the attributes to each items. In a single structure itself, you can see the result. So I will be showing how to how this results is happening, how it is occurring. I will be showing that. So I have applied the style. Under the style tags, I have written, I have included the attributes font family Liberation Sans, color is hash 401 D9A, font sizes of 20 pixels. So I am going to save this, and I am closing this, and next I am opening the web pages. I have saved it in the desktop, so I am opening, double clicking on that, and also I am opening the web pages here. So now you can see this is the So this is the web page of the created HTML code. So I will be showing the code also. Here I will be placing the code also. This I have to open in text editor. You all will be knowing that we have to write the HTML code in the text editor. So here you can see the two windows. So this is the web page of this HTML code. So here you can see we have applied this font families, Liberation Sans, color also we have given this #401 D9, it is blue color. So you can see for the single items and for group items it is reflected together. So no need of repetitions and no need of applying writing the attributes individually for this single items and group items. So these repetitions are avoided in the single structure itself. These results are reflected over the single items and group items. Okay, so I hope it is clear to all of you. So this is the what we say merit by using the cascading style sheet we can do like this. Okay, so here in the textbook or this activity 3.1 they have given a table. You can see the table. So this is the table. So here they have given another existing style. Existing attributes are Liberation Sans, color and this one. So we have to change here. So the changes that have given for the font family is Verdana, and the color also is changed, and font size also we have to change. Okay, so I am applying that changes over here and you can see the results. So for that again I am going to the font family, and font family they have given in the textbook is Verdana. So I am writing Verdana, 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 and color I am giving it as color they have given #FF00FF, okay, #FF00FF, and the size they have given it is of 24 pixel. Okay, so font family is Verdana, color is of #FF00FF, and font size is of 24 pixel. Okay, here you can see this is the box. This you can see in the page number 35, table 3.2 also you can see in the textbook also you can see it. Okay, so I'm saving this, and here we can refresh it. So now you can see the changes. You can see here what happened. The color is this font family it is changes, and also the color is changes to what was pink. Okay, sorry, yeah, it is pink. So this is the change. So we can write the observed changes in this table 3.2. So after watching the video you can write the observed changes. So I hope it is clear to all of you. So in this way for contents we can apply the styles or cascading style. In cascading style sheet we can apply the this styles to this contents. Okay, in the same way the next session we will be studying how to apply the styles to heading. Okay, in the next session I will be discussing about that. Okay, so some general information or points that you have to keep in mind while applying the cascading styles are: we have to include the style tag within the head tag. Under the head tag itself we have to include the style tag, that you can see here. Under the head tag, under head we have to include the style tag. Before the body, under the head tag we have to include the style tag. And also the second one, included the name of the tag to be used for the content inside the style tag. What does that mean? To which content we are applying the style, that name of the content is included inside the style tag. Okay, so what was here? What is the name of the content over here? Here you can see for paragraphs, Mohiniyattam, Bharatanatyam and Oppana Thiruvadira, we need the changes. So these paragraphs are included in the angle bracket P. Okay, so it is termed as P. So we have to write the name, write the P, write the name P under the style tag. To which content we are applying the style, the content name or the name of the tag. What was that? The content name tag is P. So that must be included in the style tag. Okay, and the third one is included the properties of tag within the braces. Okay, we have to open the braces here. We have to, after writing the name of the tag, we have to open the braces here, and after writing the styles, we have to close the brace over here. Okay, and what was the fifth one? Use the colon sign in order to separate property and value. Here you can see, this is the property, font family is the property and Verdana is the value. So here this font family and Verdana is separated by a colon. So the property and the value must be separated by using the colon. And the last one is used the semicolon sign after every property. After finishing writing the property, we have to include semicolon. After each properties, we have to include semicolon. And also here you will be thinking that why it is written BR. So this BR denotes the next line. This Bharatanatyam must come under the next line. So for placing it in the next line, we have to include the tag BR. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So this much is the this important points that we have to keep in mind. Okay, so I hope it is clear to all of you. So in the next session, I will be discussing how to apply the CSS to headings. Okay, so just we will memorize what are the important things we have studied. That is, we have discussed about the cascading styles, how to apply the styles to this HTML code, and what will be reflected after applying the styles. And also some important points are there which we have to keep in mind while writing the styles. Okay, and also we have observed already we have done we have given a specific font family, color and size to the contents, and also in the textbook they have given another font family. So after applying that changes, we have observed what happened to our web page. Okay, so this much we have done in this session. So hope it is clear to all of you. So practice the activity, write the HTML code, those who are having computers, and observe the changes by applying the styles. Okay, and also I am giving you the homework, 3 questions. The first question is define attributes. You all will be knowing that what is the attribute. Now only we have discussed about that, and in the last class also I have explained. And the second one is define CSS. What we have done today, what is CSS. And the third one is the HTML tag used for adding paragraph content when creating a web page. You all will be knowing that how to add the paragraph under the style tag. We have to, I already told, under the style tag we have to add the paragraph content. So what is the HTML tag for adding the paragraph content when creating the web page? So you all will be knowing that here under the single items and group items we have added the paragraph contents. What was that? P and /P. So I hope it is clear, so you can answer it. Okay, so with this much I am finishing this session. Okay, so see you in the next class. Study well, practice the activity. Okay, study systematically. Okay, thank you children. Bye.